With 45 minutes on the clock, the second half is about to get underway. Only a couple hours after the conclusion of the first half. Both teams ready to go. The action has resumed. Lionsbridge trailing by 1 at this point. And picking up an early foul here. Good chance to try and get something going. Work their way back into it. They scored in the 5th minute of the game. Davide Materazzi off the corner kick. Here's a throw-in. Inside the box, goalkeeper punches it away. Nice job by Boasi to clear that one away for Christos FC. Now they're headed back down the other direction. Sliding challenge by Biju. Breaks up the play. Sends the ball out of bounds for a throw-in. A couple members of the Lionsbridge faithful still here in attendance, trying to urge on their team forward in this tightly contested USL 2 matchup. Week number 2, both teams currently undefeated so far. And after Lionsbridge scored the opener, about 5 minutes later, as that ball backheeled down the line, but just out of bounds. Christos was able to answer back. And Ndrenika scored in the 10th minute. Tying things up. And then in stoppage time of the first half, Kalhira scored after a bit of help from the Lionsbridge side. A little bit of an own goal. A free kick here for Lionsbridge, just inside enemy territory. I thought they had advantage for a moment, but the official called the play back. The ball gets set, and there was one substitute at halftime for Lionsbridge. Coming off the field was Sam Hall, and mentioned how he was limping. And that one into the back of the goal. Lionsbridge with the equalizer. Christos is stunned. They're appealing for a foul, and now there's something going on behind the play. The goalkeeper just made a run at Roby. And now both teams really getting into a bit of a physical alteration. Roby is sent off for a red card. Excuse me, I believe the goalkeeper is sent off with a red card after pushing Roby. There was a bit of kicking going on. What a turn of events here in the 49th minute. Lionsbridge with the equalizer. I believe that goal will stand. Now the goalkeeper for Christos, his emotions got the better of him after some frustration. I believe it was Morgan who picked the ball up for Christos, not wanting to give it away to Lionsbridge, who at that point would have had the momentum. And there were some unhappy members of the Lionsbridge roster trying to get the ball back, and maybe just a little bit of a kick, a nudge. Of course, not entirely sportsmanlike at all. Then coaches will say retaliation will always get called, and that being the point right there. And now the hard part for Christos. They only brought 2 substitutes with them, both of them being field players. Jackson Glenn and Vince Petrera, midfielder, and a forward/midfielder respectively. In addition to giving up that goal, you're now playing a man down. And it looks like Demetrius Shepherd-Lewis is putting on the goalkeeper uniform. Or at least the jersey, so he'll be between the sticks. So he's trying to get himself ready. Now Morgan pleading his case to the Lionsbridge bench. Doesn't seem like we've seen any further discipline. But Roby heads off the field. Looks like he might have gotten his marching orders as well. Lionsbridge now with 9 players out on the field, of course 1 in goal. The action will resume once more, so a little bit of 10-on-10 going on. Brand new ball game, thanks to that last goal being scored. Lionsbridge with the momentum. Abudaleb trying to play that one in towards the middle for Jennings. But just off target, and now Lionsbridge with I would call it a significant advantage at this point, just based on a defender being in goal for the opposition, just pepper shots. Hit Shepherd-Lewis and force him to make those saves. He's traditionally not a goalkeeper. So just take shots from distance. Of course, the ball, the field are going to be wet as well. He's playing well off his line as he picked that one up there. Drop kicks this one across the opposite side of the field. Lionsbridge trying to head it back up. Bit of an interesting idea. And with 4 men in the back, you think that Lionsbridge would have tried to just settle that ball down, play the possession game, and look to go forward. Shepherd-Lewis outside of his box, just off the right side of your screen, but this counterattack coming up. Hewson goes out to grab it. Ball played up. Christos wins it back though. Moving quickly. Ndrenika shot from distance, blocked by Biju. Still in this dangerous area though. Panton. Moving over to his right side, tries to go through the middle in a free kick just outside the 18-yard box. Lionsbridge gives up a foul in a very dangerous area. Now a bit of pushing and shoving going on, and temper starting to boil over. And Materazzi has to be careful here. Referee told him to back up, and he wouldn't. And we've already seen a couple of cards be pulled out by this official, rightly and also unrightly so, depending on the situation. Yellow card back in the 45th minute, given to Guerrero. But the red cards for Roby and Roby certainly justified. Hewson trying to line up his wall, and what a chance this could be for the visitors. They give up an early goal in the half, then lose their goalkeeper thanks to a red card. Medrano standing behind this one. Stitz is immediately right over the ball. See what the game plan is here. Stitz maybe to just touch the ball for Medrano, or Medrano taking a shot, curving away. Good save by Hughesen, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Goal kick coming up. Christos player down just off the field. Looked like it might have been some leg-on-leg action between him and a teammate, or maybe a defender trying to get stuck in, make sure that the ball wasn't deflected towards the goal. But he's up now and seems to be carrying on. He'll walk right in front of Hughesen. It is Panton. Backing up now with a bit more speed. Good to see him back up on his feet. Played up over the top. Opportunity here, off the post. A second chance coming up, but well over the bar. Adam Davie couldn't get it done with the chip shot. Shepard Lewis well off his line. Positioning hasn't been the best, but of course he's not a goalkeeper, so you're not expecting it to be world class. Now you have to think that after that last break, he might be playing a bit more conservatively inside his box. Then the follow-up effort by Jennings. He's a player that loves to shoot, and you saw it there, just getting a bit too eager. Bennett working his way laterally across the field. We've got Stotts playing it up top. Inside the box, the goalkeeper seemed like he forgot he could grab it, trying to keep his hands at his side instead of trying to push Abu Talib away from the ball. Shot from distance, took a deflection. Rather, it was just well off target. Looked like it might have caught a teammate on its way through. It'll be a goal kick. Shepard Lewis sending this one up across the halfway line. And it's dribbled out of bounds. He's running out of real estate on the far side of the field. The ball's wet, the field's wet, conditions are slippery. Those touches have to be perfect. Both sides issued a red card after the goal in the 48th minute. 10 on 10. And of course, tension still high. Everything to play for. 3 big points between 2 undefeated USL2 teams. This one is played up over the top of the defense towards the near corner, but just out of bounds as the ball skipped a bit too far out of reach from Jennings. I believe it was Roby who got a red card for kicking Morgan after Morgan wouldn't give up the ball. And Bobasi, the goalkeeper, got one for taking a run at Roby. It looked like it was a push or a forearm. Whether it was his chest, his face, either way, straight red card to both men as this throw-in goes into the box from Jennings in good hands from Shepard Lewis. Surely must be difficult to make that transition mentally from being a defender to having to come in for your goalkeeper. To be able to go off your line like that and grab the ball as it's out of bounds, and another throw-in coming up. A substitution now. For Lionsbridge, Guerrero coming off the field. Charlie Elliott coming on to replace him. Elliott, the 21-year-old defender, plays at Auburn at Montgomery. The linesman flag goes up and a free kick over on the far side of the field. A good chance here for Christos to try and reclaim the lead. As Brummett stands behind this. Looks like he'll for sure be the only one taking this kick. No one else in the vicinity. Up the two-man wall. Towards the back post. Headed back across the center. And a goal line clearance this time for Lionsbridge as the shot up and over the bar. Houston had that one covered the whole way. But a good look for Medrano. An even better stop right along the goal line. We saw that earlier in the game from Christos. They beat Bobasi. But it was, I believe, Jordan Travers who made the goal line stop. So it's headed along by Elliott. Trying to move up top. Abu Talib gets upended, able to stay on his feet though. A free kick during the aerial challenge. And as Bennett stands behind it, 2 goals this year. Has an assist tonight. Has 2 game-winning goals for the Red Flash. Sent in across towards the far post. Headed, blocked, good save by the goalkeeper. Shepard Lewis able to parry that one up and quickly redistribute it out, but Bennett couldn't get there to slow things down, and now it's a counterattack for Christos. Moving down the near side, Calhira has that one just over out of his reach. And before that free kick, I was thinking it would perhaps just be best to try and put it on frame and test Shepard Lewis. And there he came up big for the visitors. There's a quick restart after the foul from Lionsbridge. Has Christos moving. Their offense beginning to roll. Try and generate some momentum. Abu Talib dribbling up through the middle. He's brought down. No call from the official, and that's the right one. Couple of sliding challenges. The ball pinning around. Lionsbridge comes away with it. Trying to move into space. Bennett. Shot from distance. Swung his foot well around that ball. Now getting a bit frustrated. Here's when fitness really becomes a factor for Christos. With only one more substitute. Or rather, they have 2 substitutes to choose from. Jackson Glenn and Vince Petrera. Becomes a bit more beneficial to now only have 10 men out on the field. Just a bit less space occupied by everyone as it's headed right back. Up and a handball appealed, incidental from the referee. The referee will claim that the arm was in a natural position, trying to be used for balance as Abu Talib trying to win the ball back for his side unsuccessfully. Good bit of control now for Christos as Calhira has it. Edge of the box, moving his way in. Creates some space. Left-footed shot. Saved by Houston. Second chance here. Blocked out of bounds by Elliott. Follow-up effort by Ndrenika. Corner kick coming up. It was a good save for Houston to have. Build a bit more confidence after giving up A very easy goal in the 10th minute, and then the own goal in the 45th stoppage time. He's getting pushed around a little bit by his teammates as well as the opposition, just jockeying for position inside the 6-yard box. Over on the other side of the field and between the stick, Shepherd Lewis getting acquainted with the net. Saying, so this is what it's like over here. I'm sure he would much rather be up for this corner kick. Lionsbridge heads it away. Coming down to recover it is Medrano. Short pass over on the far side. Bennett loses his footing. He goes down. A big chance for a cross. Crosses up Stotts. Drops it back. Shot. Blocked in traffic. Second chance here. Up and over the bar. Goal kick for Lionsbridge. Very nearly the go-ahead goal for Christos. As they had some good pressure building. Just unable to put that final touch on the ball to put another goal up on the board. Panton. Materazzi trying to clear it away. Bijou gets his head on it. He'll just send this one out of bounds. Elliott. Can't send it away. Christos recovers. On the far side, it's Morgan playing it out to the wing. A late challenge and a good evasion there by Brummett to pick up the foul. So it looks like there's a substitute getting ready over at the halfway line for Lionsbridge. We'll see in a moment who will be coming on the field for. Perhaps a fresh pair of legs up top, maybe taking off Abu Talib. Might be an idea that Lionsbridge is looking for. Brummett sends this one in. Cleared away very early on. Still in bounds, sent back up through the middle of the field. A great counterattack now through the heart. Davie trying to rectify his mistake from earlier. Goalkeeper can't hold on to it, but quickly able to pounce and recover. Davie missed on the chip shot after it bounced off the post. Able to get it up and over Shepherd Lewis in goal. But this time, not too much trouble for the goalkeeper, as it was mainly just the wet conditions that troubled him that time. As he gets the ball again, he's able to hold on to it. Trying to decide what he wants to do with it here. Trying to usher his players forward. Lets this one fly. A good kick. Bit of a line drive here in the night sky. Almost 11:30. In Newport News. Here comes the substitute. Coming off the field is Abu Talib. And in is Maxi Hopfer. Hopfer forward. Trying to go up top, get a fresh pair of legs, and see if he can shake up things on the defensive side of the ball for Christos. He's up top along with Davie and Jennings. You can see Hopfer already calling for the ball, wearing those yellow cleats. This ball nearly finds its way through the Baltimore defense. Will get stopped by the last man, Jordan Travers. Does a good job of his positioning, knowing where to be and when to be there. There's now a substitute coming on for the visitors. Brummett has headed off the field. And Jackson Glenn coming on to take his place. Only one more substitute for Christos. Well, Lionsbridge has, I believe, put 3 subs on already. Throw-in goes down the line. Hopford trying to get his first touch on it, but it'll escape him for now. As Christos wins the ball back. Medrano. Short pass out along the wing. I believe that's Glenn. But getting a bit too eager, he outruns the ball. Now it's out of bounds. Throw in deep inside. Lionsbridge territory. Rather about halfway between the 18-yard box and the halfway line. They'll take it rather quickly, turning towards the center of the field. Bennett trying to get there and break up the play. He gets stepped on. It looks like that one caught him right in the stomach. Bennett never wanted to shy away from going to the ground to try and break up a passing lane, or even make a good slide tackle to dispossess the attacker. It just looked like he got caught up in the defender's feet. Incidental contact. Surely a foul, but no supplementary action necessary. Hewson swings his foot through this one. It looks like it'll just barely get inside the box, headed on towards the direction of the goal, and they'll say that the defender caught it. That was Panton. This will be a corner kick for Lionsbridge. Hopfer walking over. This will be the first corner of the second half. And Hopper will walk away. Bennett, who had the assist on the first goal of the game, is back to take it. And the backup goalkeeper, Shepard Lewis, in goal. Attempted an overhead kick. Too many bodies in the way for Elliott's shot to go through. Second chance and third chance still denied. That last one by Lalo Serrano. Now here's Biju. Heads it back for Hewson, who grabs it. Hopfer along the near side, 2-on-1. Trying to win the ball away. But instead, he'll just send it out of bounds. Throw-in coming up. Travers taking it. Elliott has this one bounce off him out of play. And it'll be another throw. The big benefit here for Christos is the long break between the first and second half. Normally you'd have just 15 minutes, but instead it was almost 2.5 hours as we waited for the rain and inclement weather to subside here in Newport News. And traveling with just a 2-man bench would have been a very worrying thing, especially on such a hot day, trying to maintain a strong level of fitness. The lightning and thunderstorm, a blessing in disguise for the visitors, as they gave them a chance to, not, of course, not fully rest their legs, but certainly give them a chance to recover a bit. Hewson lays claim to this one coming off his line after a bit of urging from his defenders. Now he'll urge them on, trying to move them up the field. Elliott along the near sideline will play this one, but it's intercepted. Good stop by Panton. It'll work its way back towards the middle. Medrano. Inside Lionsbridge territory now is Calhira. Trying to get on his preferred foot. Shot is blocked. Good stop there by Hopfer. Bennett misses with a challenge. Another attempt cleared away by Materazzi, getting his body in the path of the ball this time. 76th minute now. The final 15 minutes of the 90 are upon us. This one inside the box. Panton back towards the middle. Cleared away by Bennett. A big missed opportunity there for Christos, but isn't quite squandered just yet. They have a throw in. In a tie game like that, you certainly have to make better use of the chances that you're given. Ball still in bounds. Travers booted it up. Almost went straight up. Perfect ball by him to try and keep it alive, and he did so successfully. Cutting back towards the middle. Ndrenika forced to go backwards. And now being played up top for Davie, trying to use some speed. Opportunity into the back of the goal, off the hands of Shepard Lewis in net, and Lionsbridge reclaimed the lead. If at first you don't succeed, try again, Mr. Davie. This time, third time is the charm for him. As finally he's able to put one into the netting. And what a time to do it for the home side. The 2020 Sun Belt Conference All-Tournament team started 51 of 54 games for the Eagles of Georgia Southern. Certainly seem there why it's good to have him on your squad. Bennett goes down a little bit after the play. It's helped up by one of the ball boys. Volunteers at this point. As the ball is thrown out by Shepard Lewis. And a quick counterattack. Ndrenika gets the ball inside the 18. Played it back up top. Hewson off his line makes a big stop. And what a stop that was. Certainly, if the result holds, I would say the save of the game. As Medrano gets set for the throw. Almost a wide open goal to shoot from, or to shoot at. Marc-Antoine Hewson doing a great job trying to cut off and eliminate as many angles as possible. Pass is dropped back. Bijou clears it away. And Christos will reset. Lionsbridge foul just inside the center circle. And it's played up across the opposite side of the field. Headed back in towards the box. Bijou can't clear it. Materazzi gets his head on it. And he redirects it away, but the ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Lionsbridge. Up by 1 now. And the other substitute here for Christos. Roshan Panton is off the field. Vince Petrera on his way on the field. Panton made his exit on the near sideline. Just to try and help move things along. Hopfer heads it away into the defense for Berge. Playing it back to Shepard Lewis. Can't use his hands here in hot pursuit was number 16, Jennings. As Hopfer does well to stay on his feet, asking for a foul. The referee told him that he stayed up That's the right decision by the official. Headed backwards towards the corner by Travers. And it's cleared away. Corner kick coming up. And 3 of Lionsbridge's 6 goals coming into this contest have come in or after the 70th minute. The latest one so far this season is the 81st by Victor D'Souza in the first game. They defeated Greenville by a score of 3-0. They've scored 3 goals in every single game so far they've played this season as Bennett gets set to take it. We'll say a handball goes against Lionsbridge, so a free kick for Christos. Two more substitutes look to be getting ready here for Lionsbridge. Davie headed off the field. Looks like Lieutenant McVeigh is taking his place. And Tony Shaw also makes his way out onto the field. Taking the spot of Coleman Jennings in the lineup. And here's when it gets just so difficult for Christos. They don't have any more players to go through on their bench. Only the 2 substitutes. They have a backup goalkeeper, Demetrius Shepard-Lewis, in goal. He's done a nice job when he's been called upon. His positioning hasn't been the best, but he's made all the necessary saves but one. But that one could be a big difference maker here, and it currently is proving to do just that. As Hopford trying to get on his horse, but he's chased down by Berge. And they'll say that Hopford pushed him over. The quick restart. Now trying to work their way up the field. Christos. About 10 minutes and change to go as this ball finally goes out of bounds. A throw in for Lionsbridge. Running out of time to get some offense, or some more offense rather, for Christos. Ball played back towards the center. Medrano back out wide. This one skirts by Shaw. Shaw is called upon to defend one more time. Medrano gets it back. Has Travers as an option. Passes him up. Biju clears it away. And this one out of bounds. Lionsbridge changing the name of the game to just defend here. Get the ball away to the opposite side of the field. No offsides on a throw in. Materazzi getting a bit physical along the near sideline with Kalhira. Fortunate not to give away a foul. As he makes his case, it'll just be a corner kick. Moving quickly. Stitz along the end line. Back across the center. Hewson makes a good kick save. Getting it up. Hopfer is positioned up top. But Serrano couldn't let the pass off in time. Nevertheless, it will still be a throw-in for Lionsbridge. Holding on to possession is the important part for them. As Elliott plays the ball up for Hopfer. The ball just touched out of bounds by Travers. They'll say Hopfer last touched it. Travers with the throw. Berge across to the opposite side of the field. Lionsbridge, midfield and defense now shifting over. It looks like they have a back five. Moving together as a unit. That's the important part. Materazzi heads it away. Berge gets it back. Tries to send it back where it came from, but a bit too much power behind it. Overshoots Calhira. And it's off the mark. Throw in for Lionsbridge. Serrano gets his head on it, pokes it straight up. Another throw in coming up. Reaches Hopfer, goes over his head and back into the defense of Christos FC. We're up 2-1 at halftime thanks to a stoppage time goal or an own goal by Lionsbridge. Calhira will still get credit for it. Trying to get some late last-minute heroics. A good standing challenge from Elliott, I believe that was. Stuck out his back leg, able to make contact with the ball, and now down goes a player for Lionsbridge. Free kick coming up. Be a bit surprised to not see a yellow card be given out. Shot from distance and off target. Hopfer trying to go a bit too quickly. The yellow card maybe could have been given out for a tactical foul. Goalkeeper Shepard Lewis well off his line, coming out to try and claim the ball for himself. So now Bennett gets ready to take it. Some movement along the edge of the box. Plays it straight towards Shepard Lewis. And that's the right place for him. Doesn't even have to move. If you're even a backup goalkeeper, rather defender turned goalkeeper, that's exactly the kind of shots you want to face. The easy ones straight at you, right towards your chest. The field gets switched by Medrano. Time slowly winding down. Nice bit of skill over on the far sideline by Glenn. And he'll win a corner. Corner kick coming up. Stitz moving his way over to the far sideline, where it meets with the end line. He'll be the one to take this corner. Husen trying to create some space for himself. Towards the back post. Shot off target. Good attempt, though. I believe that was Medrano. Head coach Wally certainly not exactly thrilled, I would say, that the Christos players were able to get their heads on it before any of his defenders, when you have the likes of Materazzi and McVeigh along the back line. And, of course, Elliott back there as well. Very tall players with big frames, where their whole purpose on those corner kicks is to try and make it as easy as possible for themselves to just get some contact on the ball, send it away. And we have at least 4 minutes of stoppage time added on. it's being played up. Ndrenika working his way towards the outside. And he'll be out for nothing more than a goal kick. Serrano along the near sideline, 2-on-1, trying to create some space and just eat away a bit more time, but he'll dribble this one out of bounds. Davie's 77th minute goal, the difference maker so far. Lionsbridge having to hold on just a bit longer for 3 very big points. This one is played all the way back to Hughesen. He'll let this one roll and ride and picks it up right at the end line. Now moving his team forward. Hopfer indicating he wants it just off the bottom right corner of your screen. Hughesen sets it down. He'll play it up over the top right through the middle. Straight to Shepard Lewis. Trying to go quickly down the line. Time is of the essence here for Christos. Trying to not walk away from Newport News empty-handed. And sliding that one home into the back of the goal. Number 9, Vince Petrera, the substitute, with the equalizer. Another goal given up by Lionsbridge in stoppage time. Heartbreaking for the fans still sticking it out as they thought they had the 3 points secured, and all it takes is a quick counterattack. And that was the game plan from the very beginning of the game for Christos. I mentioned that a couple times. How they would love to use their speed and try and catch the Lionsbridge defense sleeping. And perhaps it might be past some of their bedtimes as it's almost midnight here in Newport News, 11:46, 11:47 local time. And just like that, Christos with the equalizer. McVeigh heads it back up. Both sides battling for possession and or rather the lack thereof, just trying to keep it out of their own half. The other team can't score. Shot from distance straight up to Hughesen. He's able to grab and hold on to it. Not much time left. Elliott plays it down to Bennett. Works his way out along the left wing. Lays a shoulder into the defender as they both went for body-to-body contact. No call from the official. A throw-in coming up. McVeigh limbering his way forward inside the box. Certainly a body you want to have there. Create some space for himself as well as teammates. 9 players inside the box for Christos. McVeigh can't get there as he's pushed off the ball. Materazzi heads it to Hughesen. Looks to redistribute it. Has Materazzi, but instead elects to punt it across the halfway line. Try and move it down and take away as much field as possible, as quickly as possible. But instead just gives possession over. Materazzi wins the header this time, but gives the ball over. Calhira trying to be the hero. Sends in a service towards the far side. It's offsides, and that's just the first offsides call that has gone against Christos this entire night. They've been playing very disciplined up top, and there's the full-time whistle. 2 stoppage time goals, 1 in each half for Christos. Sees this match to a 3-3 draw. Both sides playing with 10 men after the 49th minute. So about 4.5 hours after we started, both teams just get a point. I guess would be that Adam Davie would get tonight's Riverside Man of the Match award, but we'll have to wait and see for the official confirmation. You can stay tuned to Lionsbridge socials for that announcement. Lionsbridge players certainly have to be not thrilled, we'll say. Neither is Wally. But the team couldn't pull away with the victory. 2 stoppage time goals in the 45th minute and then the 90th. It was Calhira for Christos in the first half and Petrera in the second. Lionsbridge started to get things going very early on in the 5th minute by Materazzi, but then a quick rebound 5 minutes later, and Ndrenika able to eliminate the lead. It seems like it just wasn't in the cards for Lionsbridge tonight. Lionsbridge back in action on May 28th at the Commonwealth Cardinals before returning home on May 29th. And they'll host AC Commonwealth. And the next game after that, they'll be on the road June 1st at Virginia Beach United. So thank you for tuning in to part 2 of the stream. I have been and will continue to be Austin Urch, and we'll see you next time.